I just filmed a little Instagram video on deep breath versus full breath, and I wanted to put one on YouTube as well that's a little bit more of an exploration of that. So a deep breath down in the lower lobes of your lungs gets your pelvic floor moving, and it's kind of like two jellyfish is the way some people have described it. That as your diaphragm moves down or contracts down on your inhale, your pelvic floor should soften and relax in response to that. And then as you exhale, your pelvic floor should lightly contract, and as it does that, then your belly tightens a little bit, and then your diaphragm relaxes on up, and that's the exhale in a way that's kind of relaxing and settling. Yeah? But most of us, when we think deep breath, we take this very full breath where the rib cage moves out to the sides, the chest kind of lifts up, the back might tighten a little bit when it go into a little bit of a back bend. And when we do that, we're actually doing a little bit of a kind of a paradox in our breathing, where the pelvic floor actually contracts on our inhale, and the diaphragm doesn't go down into the belly at all. It actually spreads a little bit, and the rib cage moves. And when we do that, interestingly, that sets us into a little sympathetic fight or flight or freeze mentality. So we hear deep breath, and we take this big, full breath into the rib cage and not into the belly at all. So I want you to explore that a little bit. What would it take? What would you need to relax in order to let your diaphragm move down into your belly, and in order for your pelvic floor to relax when you inhale? And then when it lightly contracts, your pelvic floor lightly contracts and your diaphragm relaxes back on up, kind of into your rib cage as you breathe out. So if you haven't checked her out already, look for the Breathing book by Donna Farhi, and she has a lot of explorations around this that I think you'll really love in relation to deep breathing, profound breathing, versus full breathing, stressful breathing, big breathing up in the chest that we think is deep, but in fact isn't. And let me know what you think. Okay, bye.